Say shalom on this morning, this afternoon. Hope everybody been enjoying the spiritual combat in remembrance of young General Deshaun Tatum. I had his mother and his brother and his sister on there yesterday, and they had some real awesome stories to tell about young generals growing up and all the different ways the Most High used them. You see, any one of us can be gone at any minute. That's why we better take full advantage of opportunities that we get to do good. Not just to do good, but just to try to do right in the eyes of the Most High. Grant you, we all know that everybody is, nobody is above or beyond reproach. Everybody have sin. Everybody have hurdles in their life to get over. Everybody have hardships. Everybody go through ups and downs. Everybody go through rocky times through their marriages if they married. Nobody is exempt from the everyday pressures of the society of the world that we living in. Neither were our ancestors. They had troubles. They had different things too. That is how we end up with the Bible, with the Holy Scriptures. So I just want to encourage everybody on this morning, this afternoon, to do the best you can with what's been given to you. A peace of mind is priceless, and sometimes silence is golden. I wanted to come on here because I got something, and it's of the utmost importance. I'm not going to waste nobody's time. Now I'm going to pray right now that the Spirit will guide my words, that He don't let me seem insensitive or not concerned. That's not the case. That's not the issue at all. Okay, I'm tired. A couple of people. I'm getting older, y'all. I'm getting older. My hair is turning gray. Aches and pains. Teeth starting to hurt. Whew. And we're going to understand what the book of Proverbs was talking about, and we're going to go over that. We're going to go over that about how you start getting old. Start getting old. So, Shalom, Sam. It's good to see you. Maliki, Brother Rashard. I'll take the time out and tell you, Brother Rashard, thank you once again. You have never failed to come alongside your brother and aid and assist. Hold on. I don't know what happened to the little mailbox, man, so I take it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you for that. Shalom to all my Israelite brothers and sisters. I'm waiting on my young king gonna come by here, my young king gonna stop on here in a minute. I want some of the brothers and sisters to understand some things about some of the things they have seen transpire with the brothers and sisters on our page is starting to catch a lot of people's attention. Okay? And so as it relates to those over this last year, Israel have come alongside the brothers and sisters throughout the course of this year on numerous occasions to assist our brothers and sisters along the way. And so sometimes that's going to catch people's attention, and it don't make no difference whether it catch their attention from the standpoint of them just want to be a partaker, or know that they got somewhere that they can look to in their time of need, or it also attracts the attention of hustlers too, that are seeking to try and take advantage of the Father's people. I try to tell people all the time, that's why Israel have watchmen, so that the Father's people don't get taken advantage of. And I'm gonna pray to the Most High that not on my watch, that nobody don't get taken advantage of. But we have had I've had several people from outside of my Facebook friends list. Because those are the people that I deal with, you know, just the people that's on an everyday basis of interaction on my Facebook page and throughout my YouTube page. Some people say, hey man, that video blessed me so much. I want to send the love gift. And and it's greatly appreciated because, you know, it just is. It's just greatly appreciated. It's a wonderful thing that somebody will stop and just consider doing that because of the work that you're doing. It don't have nothing to do with me as a personal individual. They recognize me because of the work that's being done, and then they seek to bless the Most High, and then I become like a vehicle that they do that through. And I'm grateful for that. However, I'll stress this once again. As a man of the Most High, I never sought out to do anything with the intentions of gaining anything. My ideal was never to start teaching people. And my ideal was never to become nobody's elder and all of these other things. And I never had no intentions on going out there trying to raise no money to help people, brothers and sisters. That none of those things was my intention when I came on Facebook. I just was outcasted from the church, and I didn't have no place for that passion that I had to go. So I sat down one day and said, I'm just gonna start making some videos. But when my children grow up, if I die, they can be able to watch the videos of their daddy and glean some advice and some information. And that's what I did. And then when Facebook started making it where you can go live, then that's where the videos came from. And that's how I came to know all of the people that the Most High have connected me to in this Facebook world. So I'm grateful for that. But I'm saying that to say this. None of those things was my intention to reap no type of benefit for nothing. It was just simply something that was in my heart. And the Father just opened up a whole new realm of things for me to do. And so, and I don't want my brothers and sisters out there to be confused with that. Because as we know, we got some of our brothers and sisters that have taken notice of that and said, well, hey, let's get together and set up something for Israel. You know what? Israel is vast. Israel is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Israel is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And that was never my intention. So it still ain't my intention. So I won't allow myself to do anything like that because I cannot be responsible for all of Israel. Ain't none of us can be responsible for all of Israel. But what we can do is we can assume the responsibility of those people that we are connected to and those people that we walk closely with. So I've had a couple of brothers and sisters to reach out to me from different places. Outside, not only outside of my Facebook and YouTube page, but outside of the country itself. And your heart kind of bleeds, especially when you can hear and the Spirit show you that a person's need is genuine. However, brothers and sisters have to understand that there is no way possible. We know even in the scripture, you know what I mean? The Messiah said, the poor, you're going to have what you always. You know, when Judas came, oh, you could sell this bottle of oil for $400 and gave it to the poor. He said, you ain't concerned about the poor, Judas. You're going to have the poor what you always. The poor was here before you came, and the poor people is here while you here, and the poor people, they going to be here when you are gone. He said, you ain't concerned about the poor. They're always going to be there. And that's one of the things that we're trying to stress is that it make no difference how great our desire is. There is just no way possible that we can help everybody. And as we stated before, you know, that we need to find brothers and sisters that Hebrew Israelites with like minds and hearts for the Most High. And we need those brothers and sisters to start mimicking or doing the same thing that they have seen done on this page as it relates to the people that's connected to me. Because, you know, how can you be in leadership and your mind is not right here? You see, you can't assume the responsibility for your house and then everybody else's house on the block too. It's just no way possible that anybody can do that. You know what I mean? And it don't make no difference how great of a desire you got. And that's what I want some of my brothers and sisters to know. Now, we have some other brothers and sisters that recognize what's happening. And then when they see a brother or a sister in need, they say, well, okay, go over here and check with this brother here. He might be able to help you. Well, what we need is that when people get right there, we don't need you to send them over there and check with this brother. We need you to react and respond because you're the first one that recognized the need. We need you to take the first step of support for that brother or sister and say, look, I'll do this. And then you collectively go and gather all of the people that you're associated with, and you ask them if they would be willing to come alongside of you and do the same thing. But you got to be the first example. And many times our brothers and sisters are not being those examples, okay? You will see the need, and then you'll direct the need in the area of somebody else when you yourself should be the first one that meet the need the minute that you see it. Even if you can't meet it by doing nothing but having prayer, or if you ain't got number $3, and you say, well, dang, I know you need $500, but I ain't much. I got $3, and I'm gonna jump out there with this $3, and I'm gonna see how many friends I got on Facebook that will meet me with $3 so we can meet this need of our brother or our sister. You can't just direct it all to one place, because us over here on my page, we're just a small group of people. Just a small group of people. If I ever go and try to assist somebody, it's gonna be assisting that small group of people in there. I know them, and they know each other because they always conversating and communicating and comment on the videos, and we all in there together. So when I go and make a plea for one of them brothers and sisters, the people on my page, they already know who I'm talking about. And more likely than not, they know who I'm talking about because they're familiar with interacting together. So for one, they know to who they're going to do their good to. And then they come alongside of the person that lays the foundation to be the example. Okay, I'm going to start this out. When Israel used to go into battle, you never seen Israel go into battle and King David was back there in the back or in the middle. King David said, you know, he making my feet like hinds feet, to where I was able to leap over walls and run through troops. The king was always out there in the front and center. So for brothers that's in leadership, if you out in leadership, you're supposed to be leading the way in this area. You can't just be out there leading the way as it relates to teaching and this and that and the other, and you're not conscious of these things that Israel are going through. You're not trying to do nothing to assume the responsibility for them that's up under you. You can't do that. Let me bring my brother in here. Yeah. Like we said, we're not trying to sound insensitive or anything like that, but we're trying to give a brother understanding. Shalom, young king.
Shalom, shalom, Elder. How's it going?
Doing all right, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Trying to listen to what we got going on over here. Shalom, Yasharal. Shalom, Israel.
Yeah, I want to know if you did you I don't know if she's on your friends list, Jacqueline Berry.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, you got her on your friends list. Well, yeah, she told me to have you to reach out to her because about a future job situation with dealing with driving. You know.
Yeah, I saw something. She sent me something, a link, hawkon.com, with the railroad tracks. Yeah, I'm going to check into that today, actually. I'm going to fill that application out today.
Yeah. That'd be good, man. So how's your baby doing?
Well, you know, she has sickle cell. So so she haven't been feeling too good. I thought I was going to have to take her to the hospital yesterday, but she just wanted to deal with it. So until she says she's ready to go, you know, she's been dealing with this her whole life. So, but
right.
Hopefully we're not going to have to take her to the hospital or to the. But right now she's at home. She's at home.
Good, good. Well, Israel, I know y'all got something to do. We keep our brother lifted up in prayer. You know, it's different ways that we can support each other. You know what I'm saying? So, but all of that support is good. And brother, Ben, I was bringing you on here because I know that you're a stand-up guy, and you know, it's just sometimes we fall into situations. But I was trying to explain to Israel is that there is no way possible that us, the small group, can meet all of the needs of Israel. So we have to start raising up brothers that will start assuming these responsibilities for them that are attached to them. And so, you know, it breaks my heart when somebody call me and I can't do good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then for somebody to call me that's outside of the country, you understand what I'm saying? That really does something, because I'm saying, wait a minute. I'm in the United States, and we got brothers and sisters all over the world. Where are our brothers and sisters at?
Yeah.
Over here. You know what I mean? So that's what we're trying to do, man. And I just want our brothers and sisters to be a little bit more conscious about the things, because Israel gonna face some tough days ahead, man. We're gonna face some tough days ahead, because eventually they're gonna cut our people off of welfare and Section 8 and all these things. Stamp programs gonna be cut and all of that. You know, Israel is gonna be in trouble, man.
Yeah.
It's all a part of just trouble. You know what I mean?
You know, this is the time for us to start preparing for the wilderness, because we go into the wilderness. We go into the wilderness, and when we get in that wilderness, we're gonna need each other. We're gonna need each other. So now we can start now learning how to help one another out, help taking care of each other now, because it's gonna come a time when it's gonna be no food on the shelves. Grocery stores gonna be closed. You understand? When they go into that when they implement that RFID chips, you know, most of Israel ain't gonna take them chips. Now, when you don't take them chips, then you're not gonna be able to get money. You ain't gonna be able to work. You ain't gonna be able to buy food and water. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to be there for each other, because nobody else is gonna be there for us.
And if we're not careful, okay, if we're not careful, we're yet to repeat the same thing that our forefathers repeated when they were locked into Jerusalem. Yeah. They eventually start turning on each other and killing each other and eating each other's children.
That's right.
And all of that type of stuff.
That's right.
Simply because, you know, when you're trying to provide for your child is starving.
That's right.
There are no limits to what you'll go through to get some food. And since you know that you can't go and get it from your enemy, because we don't have no might in our hand to take nothing from him, the natural response is that I'm going to go to my brother. He got it, and he going to give it to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just saying, you know, that if we can't get these little things together on a small scale, man, we're going to be in trouble on this grand scale. So you brothers out there that's teaching, if you're on Facebook and you teaching, I don't care if you got 3 people. I don't care if you got 3 people that's following your teaching. If you're on Facebook and you teaching, every now and then you gather them 3 people up and you challenge them 3 people to give you $10 or put $10 with your $10 so that you can help somebody.
Yeah.
And you let them people see who it is that you helping, and they're going to get a good feeling about it. But that's the responsibility of every leader. The Bible said that the first church, they all came together. People began to sell what they had, and nobody was left out. They had all things in common. everybody, them that had less, they had what they needed. For them that had more, they put it all together and then they left it like that. And the point being is that everybody that was up under the jurisdiction of those apostles at that time was cared for. They were their responsibility. So it's the same way now. If you teaching lessons on Facebook and you doing all of this stuff, this is part of what you need to be doing as well. So
Yeah.
that way, it minimizes people having to go other places looking for some help. But see, I'm trying to operate by the scripture when the scripture tells us to know to who you do your good to. That means that I have to know something about you.
Yeah.
I have to know something about you, and I have to at least be in a position to where I can take a look at you and look into your life and see that what you're saying is genuine and authentic. And it is hard for me to do that if you're in Ukraine or if you're in London or something like that. So we have to raise our brothers up that are over there in those places so that they can be mindful of it. And then we have to sting them or rebuke them or correct them to make them understand. Look, if this ain't a part of your ministry, you might as well go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely right. And see, you have some brothers. You have some brothers that's not even trying to work. You got some. This is just a fact. You got some brothers that's not even trying to work. It's mostly street teachers. They're not even trying to work. They just depend on the GoFundMe's and this and that and the other. But then you have some brothers like myself and whoever else that work jobs, even though I lost my job, but still outside of trying to take care of home, outside of trying to work a job, still trying to get this kingdom work and preach and teach to all people. You understand what I'm saying? So when you fall down, you should be able, the people that's been listening to you every day when you're doing your lives, the people you've been helping in their walk, should be able. See, the funny thing is, most of us was once in the church, correct? Most of us was once in the church, and we did not mind giving that pastor money every single week. I did it twice a week. When I was in the church. You give money on Sunday, and then go to Bible study and give them more money. You know what I mean? Now we done came into this truth. And we done stepped away. We done stepped away from the tithing. Now we just.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought you were showing something. We done stepped away from the tithing. Now we just keeping that money. Now we're not doing the holidays no more. How much money are we saving because we ain't doing Christmas right now? How much money are we saving not tithing anymore? But instead of doing the charity that the Most High requires of us, because charity is big. You know how the Most High feels about the poor. He's very concerned about the poor. You're supposed to help the poor. You understand? Most of us are poor. If you live in paycheck to paycheck, you're poor. If you don't have money in the bank, I don't care how many hours you work, how much you get paid. It depend on your lifestyle and your bills. But if you don't have money in the bank, and you live in paycheck to paycheck, you are poor. In this country that we live in, you're poor. Because that means if anything happens to you, to where you got to miss a week of work, miss 2 weeks of work, or lose your job, you're up under now. Now you gotta, even when you go and find another job, even when you get another job, now you still just that fast. You in the hole. Now you got to start that job off digging yourself out of the hole. And depending on how long it took you to get another job is what depends on how deep that hole is. You understand? But these people want their money. these people
which
want their money.
which
So
opens up another thing, which opens up something else. Because our brothers and sisters have to understand too is that government entitlement programs is something that's there for people that's in certain situations, okay? Because if you have issues to where you need to receive government subsidies or something of that nature, you see, it ain't even really nothing that Israel can do for you, because we'll only be prolonging the calamity today that's going to hit you next week. And so it's like, whatever it is that need to be done. So
yeah,
many brothers and sisters, you know what? You know how unstable everything is because they are strategically and intentionally destroying all the jobs in this country in order to incite European Gentiles to civil unrest. They
that's right.
see the killings of our people, and everything that they've ever done to us, nothing been able to get us to
Yeah,
incite civil unrest so they can do these things. But with the Gentiles are going to be incited with civil unrest as General Motors closes, as Kmart's all over the world closes, Sam Club, Walmart, all of the places that were sustaining the Gentiles,
yeah,
that is going to incite civil unrest. So I'm saying is that I was declared disabled in 5 years ago. I worked self-employment, beauty shop, beauty business, all of my life until I hit hard times because of some back child support. They came after my business, and I didn't feel like I owed it. So I shut the beauty shop down, and I started working for the first time for the school district. I worked there for 8 years, and when I seen the job coming to a close, there was contracting everything out.
yeah,
I started taking my extra monies and stuff like that and buying me equipment so that I wouldn't be left without nothing to do. I said, well, I'll do the same thing I learned here, you know?
yeah,
And so I was into landscape, and then I had an accident and tore my foot off. And then they classified me as disabled. But because I didn't work a regular job where they took taxes and stuff like that out on a regular basis, they will only give me $700 a month, which the child support people turned around and decided to take $250 of that.
yeah.
So you just imagine being disabled and then bringing home less than $500 a month.
A month.
My rent by itself was more than $500
Yeah,
a month.
yeah,
So you know what that means? I couldn't depend on people because I hadn't got as known as I am now. I couldn't depend on people.
yeah,
I had to say, okay, now you're limited in the work that you can do. You're limited in your finances. Now you got to make some decisions. You got to learn how to do something else where you can be able to bring in something extra because, and then top that off. My wife hadn't worked in 4 years because of taking care of her mother. She lived with us, so it's like, man, you better find something. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying to my brothers and sisters. We come alongside and help you, but then we're going to pull you by the hands, and you got to stand up on broke ankles.
yeah,
You got to walk on broke ankles. I'm walking on broke ankles. Every day I leave my house going to try to do some work. Somebody, I find myself trying to move somebody's heavy furniture, but I know we got to eat. But I also realize I'm walking on broke ankles. And God forbid something should happen to me to where these two metal plates that's connecting my ankle to my leg should break or snap off, and I'm going to be in trouble again. But the reality is that, look, if you don't do nothing, you're going to be in trouble already.
you're going to be in trouble
So
anyway.
we got these different scenarios in the Bible. He said the man's ankles was broke, and he couldn't walk on them.
Yeah,
He said, but after Peter and John helped him, they pulled him up and they challenged him to stand on them broke ankles. He didn't think he could stand on, but he stood on them. And many of our brothers and sisters are in that condition. The Father have given everybody some type of gift that will bring something into your life. It may be laying dormant. You may be the one that hid that talent in the ground, You may be stepped away from it for whatever the reason is. But you cannot, the Bible says that rather die than to live the life of a beggar.
Yeah.
For he that depends on another man's table is not a life at all. You see?
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that we can do this. And when you go out and we help people like that, we got to challenge people. Now you got to do all in your power to do. Because Israel is not, they might do it once, but they're not going to keep doing it. And they're not going to assume the responsibility for you every month. And so to our brothers and sisters that's outside the country and things of that nature, we got to tap you into our brothers and sisters that are right over there. But you know what? If you're in a situation to where all of your lights and your gas and your water and your rent and everything need to be paid, you probably in a situation to where you need to start applying pressure on some of the entitlement issues that people have through the governmental system. But so, you know, you got to do something. I don't have no limits and boundaries. I've been on the phone with Michael Israel. I've been on the phone with my brother Yadon down in Texas. Because during that time when I was doing good, I bought a snowblower.
Yeah.
I said, well, I buy this snowblower, I'll be able to do me a couple of driveways, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Man, I got some snow. I couldn't get that thing started for nothing. I was like, good, I'm about to make me $250. I got a couple of places already. I'm going to make me about $2. Man, I couldn't get that thing started. I talked to each one of them dudes. They've been down there looking at it on the camera. I done took it apart, put it back together, and still got nothing. But the point that I'm making is that we got to find other ways to create some income. And if you ain't got nothing around, find a way to create it. I don't know how you're going to do it. Pray about it.
No, I'm
got to be able to help.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know you. I ain't talking about you.
Oh,
I ain't talking about you. I know what's in you.
Yeah.
I know exactly what's in you. You see what I'm saying? Chances are you ain't going to be out of work no more than a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about you. You know, I'm just talking about our brothers and sisters, like when we got to depend on jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know what you said earlier. What you said earlier took me back when you said it about the civil unrest. It took me back to when we came out of slavery. When we came out of slavery, what was the big issue with the white folks when we came out of slavery? They was afraid. They was afraid because it was already more poor white people than it was rich white people. So now we was no longer slaves. Now they was worrying about the job market and us taking their jobs. You understand what I'm saying? That's when the Ku Klux Klan came about. That's when like the first unions. The very first union was formed at that time in Philadelphia. But the whole point of that union was not to create jobs or anything like that. The point of the union was to keep us from getting the jobs. It was to keep the jobs with the white man. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to jobs and stuff, like when it comes to power, any kind of power, period, white man has a fear of us getting any kind of power, any kind of step up. You understand? That's the whole seed of that racism. That's the system is built to keep us down. And
we forgot our name.
Yeah.
We've forgotten our name because just like what you're saying about that. You see, the white folks didn't know how to do anything.
No.
Because of the slaves.
We taught them everything.
It was the slaves that had to know how. And so that's why they strategically heaped up and put trade schools and all of that stuff in place and made it all about education because the black man didn't have none, but he had skill. So they made him train the white boys through these particular things. But you know what? You was denied because you had the skill to do it. But so they put paperwork behind it as a means to deny the one with the skill. Force him to teach somebody that didn't have the skill so that he could now occupy us. And this is one of the reasons why we're in the condition that we're in now, because we have forgotten how to do all of the things that we taught them how to do.
Yeah.
We have forgotten how to do. And it have caused us to be into a place of dependency upon them. But we need to step away from the television program and their entertainment and all of the things that pose as a distraction, and start getting quiet and start thinking and using the mind that the Most High had gave us, and allow the Spirit to speak to us in ways that will cause us, because we know we're going to have to preserve each other.
Yeah. We are. You know, man, when you say that, it's funny. I think about the jobs I had in the past where I would have to train. I wasn't a manager, but they would bring a manager in, and I would have to train the manager. I would have to teach you how to be my boss. Instead of them just making me the manager, they'll bring one of their people in and have me train them to tell them, I got to train you to tell me what to do.
And they use paperwork as their excuse.
Yeah. Well, the reason we made him the manager is because he went to such and such school. He got this kind of doctrine behind him. But I know the job. Obviously, I know the job because I'm training him.
Right.
But you're using the school that you won't even allow me to get into. You understand? I can't afford to go to your school to get that education the way you can give me the job. It's all set up for us to be under them. Yeah. It's all set up for them to be under them.
So we got to learn. We got to learn what our forefathers knew. Our forefathers were the innovators of the world. As a matter of fact, we were the parents, and our European counterparts were the children. And though they may be in denial because of the absence of knowledge, one day they'll recognize it, because the farther you go back in history, the farther you can see what the truth really is about a thing. We were the teachers and we were the instructors. And that is why we lost everything. But now it's time to reclaim it all. But in order for us to reclaim it, we must step away from the abundance of illusions that have been created to pose as a distraction for us. We can keep our head in the Word. When you want to watch a good, exciting TV movie, go in the Bible. When you want to watch some action-packed, go in the Bible. When you want to see the greatest love story, go in the Bible. When you want to see the good, funniest comedy, go in the Bible.
It's all in the Bible.
Go in the Bible. Because through that, we come to understand how great our forefathers was, and we glean from them in their knowledge. We don't plant no more, and look what happened. Everything we eat is poison, genetically modified. We don't know how to purify no water. Everything is messed up. We don't know how to go fishing no more. We don't do none of that. We go to the fish market and we buy contaminated food. We don't know nothing about farming. We don't know nothing about cattle. And all praises to my brothers and sisters that know these things. And our brothers and sisters that know these things, sometimes it's going to do us good to hook up with them and start learning some of those things that we have forgotten over the course of this 400-year period, so that we're going to have to be walking around shaking a rusty cup just trying to survive in this system that we living in.
Yeah, but we done learned all the Gentile ways. We done learned all their ways. So now, if we do see a brother that's doing the things you got, that's farming with chickens and cows, we think it's strange. You understand what I'm saying? We think it's strange to see that, because we done got so accustomed to living the way they want us to live, instead of living the way that we was meant to live. You understand what I'm saying? We are supposed to be. We're not supposed to work for other people. We're supposed to have our own.
That's right.
We're supposed to have our own. Now we turning back to the ways. We turning back to this covenant. We turning it back to the Most High. We trying to redo things, refix things, turn back to our culture. Well, this was our original culture. Our culture, we was not followers. We was not meant to be followers. Right. We was not meant to be under anybody. We was not meant to be under anybody. But we got to pull each other up, because the system is already in place to keep us down. It ain't nothing you could do about that system right now. The system is already in place. So it'd be hard for anybody to do it on their own, especially as a nation. To rise up.
I'll tell you something else, young king, that I didn't realize But I'm starting to realize the value of it now because I want to limit the suffering that come into my own life where it's preventable. But there was a point in time that I couldn't save nothing. I couldn't and wouldn't save, you know. But the reality is that anybody that has a job now, all that extra that you would spend trying to buy another shirt, put some other fringes on it, you need to put that up because you can enter into a situation at any given moment, and you ain't gonna have nothing but a closet full of fancy clothes, and you'll have all the little high technology, Apple phones and Google watches and all of that stuff. But you ain't did nothing. So I'm scared to death. I'm scared to death now. I don't have no money and I don't have nothing. I got faith in the Most High. But you know what? Hey, listen, man. I'm too scared to death, man, not to have $50 tucked away somewhere. I ain't bothering this. I just ain't bothered. I ain't bothered. I don't know what liable happen. But whatever happened, I might need $10,000. But if I got that 50, hey, that I'm better. I got a better running start. You know what I'm saying? You know, what I had. So our brothers and sisters, that you are able in my good when I was getting my little money and working and stuff, I start using everything extra to buy things. That would one day make me some money. And if it didn't make no money, I could sell it. I could go take it to the pawn shop and go get it back. You know what I mean? I can do something like that. But these things, man, these things are important and they gonna matter. They really gonna matter in the days to come. And if I don't know how long people think they're gonna get food stamps and all that, but listen, I'm telling you something. I love my brothers dearly, but the Messiah told us, hey, if you got a coat, go sell it and buy a sword. I love my brothers dearly, but you're not gonna try to climb through my window. If you try to climb through my window, you're going to meet the Lord early. If you jiggling on my door handle, you're going to meet the Lord early because nobody is going to take the provisions that I have took the time out to save up, thinking about how I'm going to preserve the life of me and my family, them that I'm responsible for. And I'm telling you, you better do the same thing because your brothers and sisters that are still asleep, they're going to be terrorizing the neighborhood and everything else, killing people and you think they killing people about some drugs or some money. You talking about getting killed for a can of pork and beans.
It's coming. That day is right around the corner.
You know what I'm saying? And if y'all don't see these things, y'all in trouble. And I ain't talking about trying to make nobody fearful, but I say even if it don't happen, at least you've been prepared. The old folks used to think it's better to be prepared for an opportunity that never comes than to have an opportunity that you're not prepared for.
While we buying PlayStations and all these other things for our kids, the other nations are taking their kids to the gun range. You see what I'm saying? They teaching their kids how they getting ready. They getting ready. We're not getting ready. We should be getting ready. But these other nations are getting ready for that day. They know it's coming. They know it's right around the corner. And we got 9mm and things like that, you know, and we feel good about our little guns, right? We feeling
get
like
no bullets.
But you talking about people that got AR-15s and they got assault rifles. You understand? Legally, not they didn't buy it from some undercover out the back of somebody's trunk. You understand? These people are going to shooting ranges. They getting ready. They getting prepared, and we are going to need each other. Because not only are we going to have to do battle with them in those days, we're going to have to do battle with our own selves. Your own people is going to be trying to take what you got because, like you say, it's going to be killing each other over a can of beans, over a gallon of water. You understand what I'm saying? So we in those days we're going to have to, man. And
I'm looking at this one movie. This one movie I got, it was called Tribulation.
Yeah.
Back some old Christian movies, right? They was in the tribulation. They couldn't buy nothing to sell nothing. The mark had been implemented. So the Hebrew guy, he said to the European girlfriend, he said, he told somebody, he said, I give $100 for a piece of fried rat right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only thing about it, his money wasn't no good.
Yeah.
You know, he had nothing to eat. This dude was ready to eat the most abominable creature on the planet, the rat. You know what I mean? You have brothers and sisters out here talking about what they know. I don't eat no pork. I don't eat no deer. I don't eat no. Hey, you know what? In that day, you don't know what you're going to eat. It's either you're going to eat it, you're going to starve to death. And the only people that's going to be willing to starve to death is them that have the spirit of the Most High dwelling on the inside, giving them the supernatural ability to lay their lives down and die hungry. But the average person, oh no, he don't eat anything. He'll eat a rock. You know what I'm saying? If our forefathers ate their own children, our forefathers and mothers, she that is tender among you shall become a despiser and a hater. And she ate her own children. So don't tell me what it ain't gonna happen if it gets so bad. So
you know what? It done already happened. There's nothing new under the sun. It's gonna happen again. And it's also written in the curse that we will eat our own children. And speaking on those days, it happened already. It has already happened,
yep.
and it will happen again. But it won't. It's for those that's not in a spiritual place. You got to be 100% spiritual. You got to believe the Most High 100%. He said He's going to give you water. He's going to, you understand what I'm saying? He's going to keep the lions away from you. He's going to do that, but you got to be with Him spiritually. Like Hamashiach say, don't let him come back and you over there eating that pig or eating that rat in the wilderness. But it's gonna be people that's doing it.
Yeah, I tell you, the person that's gonna be that hungry, Sister Deanna, the person that's gonna be that hungry is the person that hear this message and look at itself in the mirror and then walk away and forget what was heard. You see, a person that can hear the message, hear the trumpet blown, and then walk away as though it ain't nothing being said. That's the person that we're talking about. And that's why we're telling brothers and sisters right now that these things can come on you a whole lot faster. Even if you got a job and you working for somebody now, you learn how to do something else. You learn how to sharpen another craft, how to do some things outside of that employment so that job ever closed down on you, then you have already created something that can bring some sustenance. You create a couple of streams that you can where you got something. You might not have much coming from any of them, but if you got 2 or 3 streams open, you know what I mean? When those little couple of dollars come together from 2 or 3 different places, you say, hey, you know what? It ain't as much as I'm accustomed to, but I can get this done and I can get that done, we can eat.
It'll preserve you. It'll preserve you.
Prepare for that. And to our brothers and sisters, that's if you got brothers and sisters, we need our brothers and sisters in the UK, our brothers and sisters in London. We need our brothers and sisters that's scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Our brothers and sisters that are in leadership. If you got any one person following you, teachings and all of that, you need to consider these things now, because little comes much when we put it in the master's hand. So we collectively come together doing these things now, then we're able to aid and assist our brothers and sisters. And then on top of that, the Most High promised that He'll take care of us because we have done what He instructed us to do. So with that being said, King, I ain't going to hold you no longer. Anything else you want to tell your brothers and sisters in Facebook world?
Well, we pretty much said it all, man. But also for the ones that have reached out to help me in my situation, I just want to say thank you. And those that might future help if needed, thank you also ahead of time. We just supposed to do as we're instructed in all walks. In all walks of this walk, we are do as we're instructed. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments, but it's also one of the laws that we help our brothers. We help the poor. We are supposed to help the poor. We are supposed to help the fatherless. we are supposed to help the widow. You know, we are supposed to. We are
Yeah.
supposed to help our teachers. We are supposed to help our teachers also. But we are supposed to love our brothers as if we love ourselves. So whatever, the same thing you would want done for you in your time of calamity, you should do for your brother out of love. Not out of because I have to, but out of love, because you're supposed to love your brother as if you love yourself. So if you would want it done to you or for you, you should be willing to do it for the next. That's all I got to say.
All right, well, shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom, Israel. Hope y'all benefit something from the message. Keep this in mind. We're going to keep reinforcing this, and we're going to be watching to see all the brothers that call themselves leaders of people. If somebody calling you pastor, somebody calling you moray, somebody calling you elder, all of those people that's addressing you like that, you need to gather all of those people up, and you need to start finding your brothers and sisters. And you don't have to look far to find your brothers and sisters, because these brothers and sisters that's calling you by these names, that's entering into these situations, you need to be leaping on top of that immediately and challenging all of the people that's calling you elder to follow you or to meet you while you seek good deeds. And they need to be exposed to. They need to be exposed to what it means to be a seed sower, so that the Most High can multiply all of the seeds that have been sown. With that being said, shalom. Have a nice day to everybody. Sister Cordelia Kimmy, that's our sister in one of our sisters in Europe. And so as we still have not forgotten about you, just trying to gather up some brothers that can comprehend what's being said, that be willing to go and set something up. We got to find the brothers and sisters that are around you to come alongside and aid and assist you, because we don't know what your situation is, and we don't know how long you may need assistance. So try to put boots on the ground with people that's around you. I did send the young brother that you said reached out to me a message, and he'll probably contact me a little later. But I did respond to that. So that being said, you should keep the faith, keep your head up. Trust not in men, but put your trust in the Most High. His promise is that He would never leave you nor forsake you. And so you hang in there, do the best you can until help get your way. All right, shalom, everybody.
Shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High.
Hold on. Sister Kimmy, we have a Sister Eva J. Joy on the line. I want you to connect with that sister. She says she's from Europe in the Netherlands, but maybe she can put you in contact with some brothers and sisters that are over there. We'll be mindful of that. Anybody else that knows anything about Europe or any of those things, then you might be, you can be over here in the United States, but if Europe is your homeland and you're familiar with the people and the conditions in Europe, then you're the ones that need to come alongside and start challenging brothers and sisters to do these things. Now, I can come alongside with some of them other brothers and sisters, and I'll jump right out there like I jumped out there on my young king. You understand? But we want to get brothers and sisters that are in the same environment, that can be responsible for each other, not just in their time of need, but help them with their walk and their growth. I'll be in touch with y'all, sisters, okay? Shalom.
All right, shalom.